Hey guys, it's Daniel, licensed therapist. Today I'm going to be reacting to a clip from Lord of the Rings. Fun fact, the Lord of the Rings trilogy is one of the few books I have read from cover to cover. I don't like reading, and to this day they are my favorite fiction books of all time. So naturally, when that first trailer came out for Fellowship of the Ring, I was so excited, and I can't remember being that excited for a movie ever. Fun fact number 2, when I was in college, I would go to the library and read about the world that Tolkien created. So I guess you can call me a little bit of a Tolkien nerd. And yes, I was lurking on the message boards at that time trying to get any little juicy piece of information on the movie. Good times. But leading up to the movie, all of us were wondering how Gollum was going to be portrayed because he's just a really weird character. But I think they did a really good job. So outside of being a Lord of the Rings fan, I wanted to react to this video because I thought that this clip was a crazy accurate acting out of a very powerful therapy process. I know people look at Gollum as this person who lost his mind, but this clip and what he goes through is more realistic than people think. In fact, you or someone you know probably does this. But enough talk. Let's get to reacting.
We must have the precious. They stole it from us. Sneaky little hobbitses. Wicked, tricksy, false. No, master. Yes, precious, false. They will cheat you, hurt you, lie. Master's my friend.
So here at the beginning we have Gollum pretty much talking to himself, and he looks nuts. I know what you're thinking. What does this have to do with me? This is like a crazy person on the street does. But at this point, the directing starts to demonstrate two distinct parts inhabiting the same body. And this is actually accurate of people. We have different parts of us that were created from our life experiences. And here we see one part, Gollum, who is hardened by life and refuses to trust Frodo. The other part, Smeagol, is the original part who is hopeful and wants to trust Frodo. So let's see how this turns out.
You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you. Not listening. Not listening. You're a liar. And a thief. No.
So we can see how one voice, Gollum's, runs the show. And that is very accurate to how parts work in people. Usually there is one dominant voice or part that dictates how people think, perceive, respond, and act. Here the voice of Gollum is throwing out accusations of what he would assume people would think of him. He's not being mean to Smeagol. He's just trying to protect him based on the calculated assumption that he would not be accepted by Frodo, or anyone else for that matter. He knows that he murdered someone, so he brings it out, basically saying, how can you believe anyone is ever going to accept you since you murdered someone? It totally makes sense. He is being fueled by safety, which is a very big motivator for people who have been hurt. But there are other motivations out there. Let's see.
Go away. Go away! I hate you. I hate you. Where would you be without me? Ellen, I saved us. It was me. We survived because of me. Not anymore. What did you say?
So we can see here how Smeagol, the hopeful, trusting part, is starting to fight for dominance. He is now telling Gollum to go away, which is a scary thing because Gollum is right. He was able to live and survive because of Gollum, and getting rid of him would compromise his ability to stay alive. So why would he do that? It is because Smeagol is the original and is motivated by something that we all innately have: the desire for acceptance, the desire for love, the desire to be seen and cared for by someone, the need for connection. And that has given Smeagol the strength to face the prospect of not having that security. It is actually a brave thing that he is doing.
Master looks after us now. We don't need you.
And this is a great point. Oftentimes, parts of us are developed out of necessity based on the environment we are in. Smeagol needed to survive, and Gollum served that purpose. And that is why I say that Smeagol is the original. Gollum was actually created out of pain. If Smeagol lived a relatively safe, secure, accepted life, there would not be a Gollum. And now that Smeagol has found Frodo, he is relatively safe, secure, and accepted. And now he no longer needs Gollum. What served a purpose before now will only hurt him. So he's doing the logical thing, doing his best to get rid of a voice that no longer helps him. Way to go, Smeagol.
What? Leave now and never come back. No! Leave now and never come back! Leave now and never come back! We told him to go away. And away he goes, precious. Gone! Smeagol is free!
He did it. He is free! And Gollum is no longer there, and now he can enter into a good, trusting relationship with Frodo, and he can fully embrace and enjoy that relationship. You know, I know some of you guys are thinking, Gollum is a crazy, ridiculous character. What does this have to do with me? Well, what is funny about Gollum is that these very same voices exist in people and manifest very similarly. And like I said at the beginning, probably you or someone you know does this subconsciously. You know, a lot of times people aren't aware that this is even happening. A lot of times the two voices just get so jumbled in their head that they don't realize that there are two disparate parts. So what I do in therapy is kind of like what the directors do, and they really really start to isolate and identify the two distinct voices. Because once they are identified, it's pretty clear where each voice leads. And when we see the result of following each voice, it becomes clear which voice we need to kick out. For instance, if Smeagol listened to Gollum and never challenged him, then he would live out this life never being able to trust anyone, and thus living life bitter and alone, albeit safe. If he listened to Smeagol, he would be able to risk trusting people, and at the expense of security, be able to live a life having good relationships. So, for those of you who have had these kinds of conflicts within yourselves, are you able to identify and separate the different voices? Are you able to see where each voice is going to lead you? Because if there is a voice that is going to lead you to mistrust, then I challenge you to get rid of it. Because you are awesome and you deserve a Frodo in your life. If there's anything you want me to react to or analyze, please let me know in the comments down there. Just do it, man. It's free. Anyways, thanks for listening. You awesome, amazing person. Goodbye for now.